Welcome back, fellow Patriots, to Patriot Nation. I'd like to apologize up front for those of you that have subscribed to the channel and check out our videos that it's been a while since we put something up. However, John and I have been working overtime, extra hours at work. I had about $10,000 or so worth of renovations done in my house recently. And the transition into spring and the things that go along with that, as far as cleaning up your house, your yard, things of that nature. Life's been pretty busy and pretty hectic. But we found some time today to get a video done for you guys. For a while now, I've been wanting a new handgun. And I get that itch for a new handgun probably, I don't know, I mean, it starts probably after a couple of months. You know, you get something new and you're all into it, and you accessorize it and you make it your own, or you get something and you don't like it, so then you look for something else. But true enthusiasts of the hobby, they're always looking for that next piece for their collection, or that next carry gun, or just want to experience as many guns as possible. And the true addicts, you can never have enough. And if it was my personal opinion, I probably have like 10 Glock 19s along with everything else I own. But that's ideal scenario, and I'm not a billionaire, so I've got to do what I can. So I've been wanting a new handgun for a while and didn't have the money. So I did what any addicted collector or addicted enthusiast does, and decided to try to trade for something. So I put up my Glock 21 for trade. It was a Gen 3 21 with factory Glock night sights. I had a third magazine with it, and I threw in 200 rounds of white box FMJ as part of the package. And finally got an offer for something I decided to take. Strange thing is, I don't really know if I want this gun or if I'm going to like it. But I took the trade anyways. And I know that doesn't make sense, but I'll explain it to you, and you might still think I'm batshit crazy, or you might say, yeah, I can see where he's coming from. But anyways, what I ended up trading for is right there. As you can see, it's an XDS. I got an XDS 45 shortly after they were released a couple years ago, when they were extremely difficult to find. I got it when you couldn't even find the extended magazines for them. Matter of fact, I was trying to get some extended magazines, and I went on Midway and they were out of stock, and I set up a notification like, hey, let me know when you guys get these back in stock. And I was driving home from work, and my phone went off, and it was a notification from Midway that they had gotten the extended XDS 45 magazines in. So I pulled over at the nearest place I could. I think it might have been a Tractor Supply. Pulled over in the parking lot and ordered 2 of them right then and there, because they were that difficult to get a hold of. So I got the 2 extended magazines with the XDS 45, and then I finally got a chance to take it to the range. I put about 150 rounds, maybe 200 rounds through it, somewhere around there. I did not like it. I didn't care for it. That's not to say that it was a bad gun, but it was not for me. So after that, I took it home, I cleaned it up real well, and I ended up getting rid of it, because I just personally didn't care for it. And I didn't care for it so much that I didn't want to try to stick with it, give it another shot. I just didn't care for it at all. I know there's a lot of people out there that love that gun. They swear by it. They say it's the perfect concealed carry gun. I'm not going to argue that point. I'm just going to say it wasn't for me. But I ended up doing a trade for another XDS. This one is not a 45. It is a 9mm. And it's the 4-inch barrel, as opposed to the 3.3 inch, which is the only barrel length that was available at the time of the release. So I'm off the bat, I'm already changing 2 things from my initial XDS experience, one being the barrel length and 2 being the caliber. One of the things I did not like about the 45 was this aggressive texturing on the frame of the XDS. I put a couple mags through the 45 in a short amount of time, and with the recoil from a 45 and that small of a package, and the aggressive nature of the frame, I would start to get these little diamond imprints in my hand. I'm not recoil sensitive, but it was uncomfortable to shoot. And I didn't see the purpose of having anything that was uncomfortable as that. So that was one of the reasons I got rid of it. But I don't think that'll be an issue with this being 9mm as opposed to 45. So I got the gun. Along with it, I got the 7-round magazine, 2 of them. This one already has a pinky extension on it, but I also have another pinky extension that's not installed that I can put on if I choose to. It came with an 8-round magazine, a 9-round magazine, and another 9-round magazine. So a total of 5 magazines. You know, in and of itself, that was a pretty fair trade. Along with, he included 100 rounds of 9mm FMJ. So that in and of itself was a fairly decent trade value-wise, in my opinion. But that's not all I got. I also got a set of XS big dot night sights that haven't been installed yet, that I can install or have someone else install. From some of the research I've done, I'll probably have somebody else do it, at least on this particular gun. And I also got a Powder River Precision trigger spring kit. One of the things that I didn't care about, Jesus Christ, listen to me. One of the things that I didn't like about on the 45 was the trigger. That's not to say it's a shitty trigger or it's junk or it's crap. I didn't particularly care for it. And there were so many other mitigating factors into that XDS 45, I didn't even look into possibly modifying the trigger, making it lighter or crisper or anything like that. If it was just the trigger that I didn't like on the 45, I probably would have done some research into making it more to my liking. But I didn't. So the gun with the magazines, the sights, and the trigger kit, you know, well, I didn't like the recoil, but this is 9mm. I didn't like the trigger, well, I could potentially fix that. But that's still not all I got. I also got another pocket knife. As you can see, it's a Benchmade. And this happens to be, I know you can hear my dog in the background, and I apologize. This happens to be the Benchmade 915 BK Triage, which is designed more to be a first responder's knife, but it can, you know, it can serve a purpose as an everyday carry knife as well. As you can see, you got like the seat belt cutter back here on the back. It even has a glass breaker right there. So even though it's designed as a first responder's knife, like, you know what, that could be useful as an everyday carry knife. Plus, it's something neat and different to add to my knife collection. So all in all, I really think I came out ahead, and what really sold me on the whole deal was when he included the knife. I was like, well, you know what? I know I'll keep the knife, even if it just sits in the safe as a collector's item. I'll keep the knife. If I don't like the gun, then I can turn around and get rid of it. And I mean, guys, that knife by itself retails for $160 new. Now, this knife isn't new, but you can tell that he didn't use it. It's got some slight wear on it's got wear on the pocket clip, which I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. It's got some wear on the pocket clip, but you can tell that he stuck this in his pocket, but he didn't use it very much. And Benchmade pocket clips aren't known for wearing the best, that coating that they put on them. But the blade was perfect, the handle scales are perfect, everything else about it looked like it hadn't been touched or used. So I'm like, you know, I'm getting a $160 knife plus however much you want to add up in this. I'm like, that's, to me, by far and away, more than a fair trade. So what I plan on doing, I'm going to plan on getting this out to the range as it is, you know, factory stock, putting some rounds through it, see what I think. Even at that point, if I don't particularly care for it, I'm going to at least install the trigger kit, take it back to the range and see what I think after that. And I'll keep you updated on that as time allows me to do those things. But there you go, guys. You know, let me know what you think about the trade I made. I think I came out pretty good. He was happy with what he got. I'm happy with what I got. Let me know what you think, guys. Feel free to, you know, give us your thoughts and opinions on this particular XDS, the XDS 9 4.0. We love to hear from you guys. We always try to respond to your comments as soon as possible. It's, you know, sometimes it might take us a day or two, but we always appreciate your interaction and your feedback. Always appreciate the thumbs up button, if you guys can find that. Try to give us some subscriptions, share the videos. The more feedback we get, the more positive comments and subscribers we get, it really motivates us to do this more. We're not an AdSense channel. We don't get paid for this. It's not a job. It's just something that we enjoy doing. You know, firearms and knives and gear is just a hobby that John and I both have, and we just enjoy sharing that with everybody else. It's just another venue to reach out to other people. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope to see you in the next video. And until then, stay safe, stay armed, and stay free.